Big Kids TV podcast, bringing back the blast from the past. Remember when you laughed?
Banging tune. I'm getting carried away. And we've got two people to blame for that. Chris Meyer-White, my guest earlier on from Big Kids TV. But he's co-hosting this Visualise podcast with Katie Goodland, who joins me on video chat now. And you're live from your very own set, aren't you? Morning.
Morning. How are you? Good. Thanks so much for having me here.
Well, thanks for being on the show. It does look like Art Attack has attacked your set.
It really does. It's like a rainbow's been ill everywhere. But it's nice. It's familiar. It's got that sense of, comfort that comes with it, I think, hopefully.
Yeah. We do get obsessed. We can get really carried away, can't we, on the subject of children's TV. Why does it work so much as a conversation?
I think it's just that essence of it feels familiar. Adult life can sometimes be, and life in general, even for children and young people, can feel quite heavy at times, particularly, post-COVID world, cost of living. It's a scary world out there at the moment. And actually having that sense of childhood innocence, and being able to revisit that brings a sense of safety and a little bit of comfort, that sense of being sat in front of the TV on a Saturday or a Sunday, or like you say, racing home after school to be able to watch something that's, really important to you.
It's safety, isn't it? You feel safe, don't you? I think that's probably, and it just, it reminds me and my sister, my brother, we're sitting around, nobody's quabbling. It's a happy time again, isn't it?
Absolutely. And it's the same for me. I might not have spoken to my own sister for a couple of weeks, but then we'll see something on social media, or there'll be a memory, or we hear a theme tune, or even a smell or an advert. And I'm just like, I need to call her because she's the only person who shares that childhood memory with me. Yeah. And it's just such a special time, isn't it?
So how did you get involved with this podcast?
So it was a joint idea between Chris and I. So Chris's experience is based in children's TV, and my experience is based in early childhood. So I've got over 20 years of experience in supporting children and young people through their development. So I understand kind of the whole science behind it. So we kind of got together and we brought this to the wider public, and we hope that people really enjoy it when it's out there.
What's the balance then? What do children need for early development? Because lots of people will say, don't stick them in front of the TV, get them reading books and all sorts. TV's bad.
It's got to be about balance. So everything has a cognitive load. So if you have something that takes a lot of thought and a lot of concentration, you need to balance that, where children don't need to have as much thought and concentration, and to have that innocence and that fun sense of things. So children can kind of really tap into that. We need that as adults as well, right? You think about lockdown during COVID, we all lost our sense to be able to play as adults, and we know how that really felt for us. So it's making sure we enable that for the children that maybe we're bringing up. And this is what's great about the podcast, because grandparents can watch it with grandchildren and parents can watch it with their own children, and it's that sense of revisiting those things and having that shared memory.
I as I say, I could talk about this probably until 6 p.m. tonight, if I'm completely honest. How's the podcast going to be designed then? What will you take us through?
So we've got so many different things. If you think back to, those retro Saturday, Sunday morning TVs, we've got a little bit of like cartoon clips. So we're revisiting different shows from the past, from the 60s through to the noughties. And this is when Chris really gets to flourish, using his knowledge of children's TV and how children's TV was brought together. We also have things like fever dreams. So some of your discussions this morning going, I kind of remember this program, but was it a program? Yeah. It was a bit obscure, and was this right? And people, can offer those up to us. They can email us at PO Box at bigkids.tv to suggest what their fever dreams might be, and we try and find out what those dreams, what those programs were. But we also have things like this or that. So would you rather had this at this time or this at this time? So the trailer we've got on YouTube, we talk about a boombox or a Walkman. And I heard what you said earlier, Kat. I was the same. That's where it came from, with the rewind and the fast forward. Yeah. You had to, I'm glad it's not just me.
You had to flip the tape round because there wasn't a fast forward and a rewind button on your Walkman.
Exactly. Yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about, you have to watch a trailer that's on YouTube. So I'm so pleased somebody else gets where I'm coming from with that.
Well,
do you remember when your batteries were dying on your Walkman and it started to get really, really, really slow? That sense of anxiety.
It's all of that sort of stuff, wasn't it? Yeah, hilarious.
Absolutely.
This is going to be great. Katie, thank you so much for your time this morning, and all the best to you and Chris for this. Big Kids TV, the Visualise podcast that's going to be made right here in Bristol. You can watch it on YouTube.